we've been, we've been discussing, so that got brought to mind a thing most people would have heard. If a tree falls in the forest, nobody hears it. Did the tree really fall? So if you say nobody heard it, so it didn't fall, means that there is no consciousness. If you say that nobody heard it, that means there was no conscious being to hear it, yet there is consciousness all around us, right? So that will mean that one is negating Atma and one is saying, if you say no, that means you're negating Atma, you're negating Brahma, for example. Or no, not for example, you're negating Brahma, there is nobody to hear it, so it didn't fall. Didn't happen. What is happening out of my conscious didn't happen. There was nobody to witness it, so it doesn't happen. I mean, no consciousness element independent of the observer. Whereas what we are saying is that the observer is there everywhere. So even if there is no being that you can embody, consciousness is still there. That will mean that there is Brahma Tattvam, Vishnu Tattvam everywhere. Is that sort of how, something I heard 20 years back and I didn't know how to answer it. Is that how to answer it?
Yeah, so the tree falls in the forest and nobody knows about it.
Nobody hears it.
Nobody hears. Nobody hears. And so, yeah, it is quoted in some context. And so that does not apply here. That does not apply.
We will say that any event, there is a witness and that witness is Brahma.
Correct.
Any Sakshi, the Sakshi everywhere is Brahma. That is what we are, this is the vision that this will give us. This is giving us, right? Yes. And I think the other one is quoted often for Buddhism. The other no is often quoted as Buddhism's, crux, so to speak.
Okay.
Nobody heard it, it didn't happen. So it's often, if the mind is not there, it didn't happen. It's, shunyatva.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Yes, that's the one.
Okay. Okay.
Just something that came to me. I just wanted to, we can revisit it, but I'm sure everybody on this group would have heard it at some point or the
other. Okay, good. So yeah, so here it is. It's what we discussed. Maniji, go ahead.
Jaykumar ji, you said that the Urdhva Mula Shaka, it is borrowed from Bhagavad Gita when Bhashyakara wrote the Bhaashyam. But when we study Bhagavad Gita, it says, Iti Tatsat iti Srimad Bhagavad Gita su Upanishadsu. The essence is taken from Upanishads. Is it not so? So the Upanishads Bhaashyam he wrote first, or?
Yeah, so for us it's not critical to know whether he wrote the Bhaashyam of Upanishad or he wrote the Bhaashyam of the Bhagavad. It's not important, it's not critical for us to know. We are seeing some similarities between the Bhaashyam of this mantra and the stotra in shloka in Bhagavad Gita. And it looks like Shankaracharya, you say Shankaracharya borrows. It's not like he went back to those things and then, what did I write? He knows what he wrote. He knows what he wrote. It's not like he's literally seeing and then copying and pasting and all. No, not like that. Wherever he wrote, he knows what he wrote. He knows it. And Sakshat Parameshwara. So therefore he is done that. So the mantra, the shloka in the Bhagavad Gita is adapted from the Upanishad. Bhaashyam can be either way, wherever he wrote. We don't know which Bhaashyam came first.
Okay, my second question is that tree, Vishchanath, it is being chopped again and again. In my garden, I see we water and grow, it grows so vast in all sides unruly, then we have to chop it. It is so painful when it is being chopped. First we water and grow it, very lush, green, thick branches. Then we chop it, so that Vrishchanath. But the Tattvam, what we say is the Vriksha is compared to Samsara. The Samsara, there is no chopping.
That's what we think. That's what we think.
Yeah.
And Shastram is what says, no, it can be chopped completely. Correct. No chopping. No chopping is there for samsara. If my idea of moksha is going somewhere and settling down, okay, that kind of thing will not chop samsara. Correct.
No. Punarapi Maranam, Punarapi Janam Bhavishyati. Parantu chopping no takes place. No, it should be chopped. All the, Asha, Pasha, everything should be chopped.
So how do we do that?
That's what I am asking, because when Vrishchanath, it should be the comparison should match everything perfectly. When a tree is chopped, again it sprouts, it comes. But samsara, again, punarapi jananam, is it that comparison or?
Yeah. So the samsara is characterized by the vriksha. Okay. But also it can be uprooted. A tree can be uprooted along with the roots so that it will never grow. That also is possible. That's also possible, right? Even a tree which grows and stays for thousands of years, still it can be uprooted. It may be difficult to uproot that tree.
Yes,
Very difficult.
especially banyan tree, it's very difficult to uproot.
Very difficult, but it is uprootable.
And surprisingly, it grows. I have seen in Gurgaon, Delhi, in between the parapet walls. If there is a crack there, also you can see a tiny people tree. I don't know where from the root comes. It's very difficult. In the second floor, if there is a crack in between the walls, the tree grows.
And the
I
crack
am
will become bigger also after that.
Yeah, so they don't allow banyan tree close to your compound wall because the roots can cause cracks on the walls.
So that's why that example is given. It's persistent. Persistent. You just can't stop. And the jiva is like that. Jiva is like persistent.
Good morning.
Yeah. Sangeeta ji, go ahead.
बोलो कुछ कह रहे थे अच्छा जी no
Ramu ji, go ahead.
Sorry. When she said it cannot be chopped, it is not that way. Intellectually, you are chopping the vriksha of samsara. Isn't it?
It is not what? Say it again.
I didn't get Ramuji.
When we said that vriksha cannot be chopped, samsara vriksha cannot be chopped like that. We think when we analyze and intellectually we deny the samsara, intellectually chopping the vriksha.
Correct. Correct. So that is what it is. That's what it is. Because Moolam is avidya. If Moola is avidya, Moola means here Moola is Brahman. But avidya nivritti dvara samsara nashaha bhavati. Good. Any other questions? Good. So we'll pause with that. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantaraye Amrita Kalasha Hastaya Sarvamaya Vinashanaya त्रैलोक्यनाथाय श्री महाविष्णवे नमः.